Hello, everybody. It's Big Al with more content for Lord of the Rings Rise to War. So it's that time again. End of the season. Time to use those seasonal hammers. So I'm doing it a little bit different this time when I'm rebuilding my gear. So I'm going to try a couple new things. I have a general idea what I want to do, but I don't have the step-by-step process written out like I normally do. So I figured it would give for a little bit different on the video. So let's take a look at the gold items I have. So these are all the gold items I have. I know my Gimli is pretty much going to stay the same because I don't really have many choices with the Axe of Khazad-dûm. So as you see, I have a couple in here: thick armor, sharp, evasive, and then we'll just go in order. His chest piece is power overwhelming as well, and I don't have another elf halbach. And I really like the defensive armor on him, and then the cask of pride, because honestly I need that extra commander attack. Excuse me. So I have a couple options with thick armor. I got an evasive inside of it as well because I wanted the strengthening star, the extra commander attack before the hit points. And then for the accessory, he has a palantir. Well, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to break it down because I need that Drums of Barad-dûr. So now let me go into the commanders and show you, so you can see it as a whole. There's Gimli. And like I said, he's going to pretty much stay the same. I am going to take that Drums of Barad-dûr out of the palantir. I normally run Frodo as my tank, then Gandalf the Grey as my support, and then Gimli, and then either Saruman or Dain. I am going into a roleplay server, so Saruman is not an option, and that is the gear that I have for him. So these will definitely be broken down. But what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about running Gandalf as my tank. I want Gandalf as my tank. I'm going to put Boromir as my support, and then for now, Gimli and Dain. So I'm going to definitely have to improve Dain. Gimli's going to stay the same, minus that 1 star on the Palantir. Boromir, we'll see what I can do with him after the fact, but I'm fine running him with all purple. And then there is Gandalf the Grey, and he's going to be a tank, so all this gear is going to get changed. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, let me go ahead and unequip that so that I can pull out that Drums of Barad-dûr. I'm going to take one double check inside of his gear to make sure there was nothing else I wanted. I mean, it is possible I might take those Cask of Prides out, but probably not, because I have a different idea. So, there's nothing there. Does anybody else have any gold on that they need to remove? This, let's see, is there anything inside of here? Those Herod casks might work, but I don't know. I think I want to just put this piece onto Gandalf the Grey. And then he's going to be a tank. So there's this Reckoning. Let's see if there's anything inside of there. There's another Reckoning, but I need another one to be able to refine again. I know he's going to get the Silver Harp. Let's see if there's anything inside there that I want. Those Mirror's Reins are nice, but not for what I need. And then he's got the Dain's plate. Is there anything inside the Dain's plate? Nope. So, pretty much that's going to be my tank right there. Almost 500 command. It's got quite a bit of unit defense. I was able to throw in a little bit of focus in here and a little bit of initiative. So, let me see something. Okay. So those numbers, the stats, do include the gear now. They didn't used to. Okay. Let's get to doing some hammering. I have 8 seasonal hammers and 11 permanent ones. So let's get to this. Don't care about the thorns, but I do care about the LoTR sword that who knows might be able to be in use later. Plus, I have the seasonal ones, so I'm not too worried about it. I just got to make sure that I put everything in the right spots. This one I saw, I liked this raiment. I might try the Berserker's raiment because I kind of have a theory that I want to try out. So, people that use Dain know Dain is slow. So, generally speaking, Dain gets targeted with stun and madness a lot more than most other commanders. So, what I'm thinking about doing is putting a little bit of speed on him. I want to make an initiative, 2-piece initiative set. He'll have the Berserker's raiment so that hopefully I can move the target a little bit off of his back. So that's what I'm thinking. And anybody wants to comment on my theory, please do so in comments. Okay. So let's put the Palantir back. And when you're rebuilding gear, first things you want to do is put your gear where you want it before you even think about changing it. Okay, let's see. What was he going to get? He was going to get this. Because he's also going to have the Drums of Barad-dûr. And then was thinking the Berserker's raiment. And then this will end up being this. So, in theory, you're going to get 5 from the initiative set. I'm going to get, he's got 2, I think I will be able to get him up to 3 stars, I think is where I'm going to put him. So he'll get another 2 initiative. So he'll be sitting around 27 initiative. So for base level, he's faster than quite a few of the other DDs, things like that. Also, I'm not going into a whale Kraken server, so that's okay. So, I have Dain set. I have Gimli set. I have Gandalf set. And it's great that I don't have to do anything to Gandalf and really Gimli at all. Boromir. Let's see what I have for my extra pieces. And with Boromir, he's going to be a support / second tank, so all he's looking for is unit defense and command. Which none of those help him. On the helmet, there's possibly the high elf helm. I'm 3 and 4 stars on the other ones. So I technically could do that with the thick armor set. And that would give him some initiative, which isn't as important. It would get me 70 command. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 helmets. So that would be 3 stars, and I have 2 helmets left over. 3 stars, so that would be 12 units. So I'd be losing a little bit of unit defense. I would have to make one of the other items a thick armor, which I think I already have built. Nope, I'm going to stick with the horseman's helm for now. I think I'll just strengthen those other ones. Let's see. Is there anything in here that I would want on Boromir? I hate these things. I get them so often. Those Plate of the Citadels. And same thing with Warborn. Commander defense is not as important, and it gives you low commander attack. Nothing there, and last and not least, nope, nothing that gives me enough command. I do like these devilries, though. I think they can come in handy on a lot of people. Okay, so, first and foremost, my main damage dealer gear. Let's build that. Okay, when you're building gear, you want to put the same items, when possible, inside of something. So like I have these 3 belts of the Citadel. I want to try to get all of those in the same piece, say in this Palantir. I also have the drums of Barad-dûr that I need to strengthen as well, so I have to think about that. So first I'm going to put these 3 boxes in. And let's get something else. I got 3 fine smoking pipes, 3 belts. Let me just put these in. So I put all the matching items in the Palantir, but I'm also, because it's a Palantir, I never really am going to want to break it down. So I wanted to put items in there that I'm never possibly going to want again. So next one is Dain. Let's rebuild his. I am going to try to keep out the fine smoking pipes just in case. That way I can use them for Galadriel because I'll use her probably in my B team. So I need 6 things to get to 3 stars. So that's what I'm going to start with. Put the 2 signets, and then I'm going to put the 3 belt of the Citadels. And we'll see where we're at. Okay. So everything right now that I have for golden accessories is 3 stars. I have 7 things left, so I could strengthen one more thing one more time. So that I'm going to have to come back to. Okay. He's done. Gandalf's done. Boromir's done. Now let's finish up Dain. So the one thing that could possibly change this. Now I don't think anything could change this because I will be getting a blazing tongue from the season end store. So I will be able to refine it in extra time. Even if I got an agility blazing tongue, it's not going to change anything because I have the drums of Door Might. Okay. So, is this the only weapon I need to strengthen and refine? Yes. So, I have 3 refines, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have the Sand Claw up top, 11, and then 12 if I use the extra. Nope, I can't use the extra because I want it to refine it when I get it from the season end store. So, and I do always recommend refining your equipment before you do the strengthening. You don't have to refine it all the way that you can, but get a couple refines and things. Okay. Now we're going to strengthen. And we want it to at least 3 stars. So that is 6 total items. You need 1 for the first, 2 for the second, and 3 for the third. So I will put the thorns in there. Actually, I have 2 sand claws. I didn't even know that. Okay. I will put the thorns in there. Then I'm going to put the obsidian dagger, the Noldor sword, and the spear of Odin. Yep. Another thing I like to do is because the blazing tongue is kind of more known for the focus part of it, I will put the focus items in there so that I know where to go if I ever want a focus item, if that makes sense. And the 3 thorns. Okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I can strengthen either the Reckoning or the Blazing Tongue one more time. And there's nothing that I can see that I'm going to want to use. So, that's interesting. How much attack? I'm giving 18 attack, 8 to 24. If I strengthen this one more time, I get 7 more unit defense. And here I would get, nope, wrong button. I would get another 4 attack. I'm going to come back to that because that might need done later. Let's see. Do I have enough purple stuff to build this? No, I do not. So I am going to have to get rid of one of these full helms. Let me see what axes I have. Full axes. I have a might, a sharp, a thick. A might, a sharp, a thick. Might, a sharp, a thick. Okay, what about these? I have a thick, a sharp, and the starting of a might. And what about the bone talismans? I have a might one and a perseverance one, which I also have a perseverance scale mail. So let's get rid of the might one. Who was that on? That was on his Zildor. That was just because items got switched around. So because I have an excess of purple gear, I'm not really worried about hammering down purple gear. Okay. So there's really nothing in here. It's all mostly worn. But here's a trick to it. If I hit refine on it, and I'm going to use that maxed out might one, I am going to get back worn material, but I'm also going to get back the full helms that are in there so that I can completely refine. And like you saw, there was really nothing in there. And when you're refining things, especially purple, I recommend using the crappy set effects like Siege Ladder. Keep your blue and green gear for Siege Ladder until you become whale level, and then you can put purple gear on, full blown purple gear on your siege commanders. So this is a full helm that gives commander attack. So another set effect that I'm going to want to use is Lord of the Arcane. Okay, and I have multiples of those. So let me get rid of those. Now let me strengthen this up. Gear can be a very tedious task. This is also one of the reasons why I have no problem doing people's gear, because I love doing gear. It's like a big puzzle. My brain's built for it. Because there's always a lot of second guessing, second checking, things like that. Well, the other thing is, I know most of my gear, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So I got quite a few armors. Let's see, I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, besides the Berserker's raiments. So let me go ahead and refine a couple, at least twice. And that's all I can do anyways, is twice. But get me some extra hit points on my damage dealer. Okay. Let me double check. 3 stars, 3 stars. The Gandalf the white piece is not important. Is there anything in here for Boromir? Nope. So let me go ahead and get this to 3 stars, and then I can decide what I want to do with. Oh, let me see something. Actually, let me go back for a second. I got 2 protection of Numenors. Oh, I'll need those later. Okay. So what do I want to put in here? I got 4 Warborns. Okay, let me put the Warborns, and then 2 protection of Numenors. I know some people are thinking right now, well, I said I use Gala in my B team. She can't use the protection of Numenors anyways because they have the evil aura on them. And my Gandalf the White is not at a usable respect level. Okay, now let's see what the stats are. Wow. His attack is low. Okay, he's over 200. And that's pretty much the minimum you want to be looking for is 200. So he's going to be getting extra stars in a couple places. So I need 5 for the next one, so I will use the Ranger Shrouds and the 2 golden skins. My math was wrong. I was thinking he was going to be at like 160. Let's see. I do have the extra here. And it would need 5. Which that ain't a problem. Can I get an extra star out of this? 2, 3, 4. I can get an extra star out of this if I want. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Who is that Sandclaw on? The fire guy. I can never remember some of the evil commanders. So, strengthen. Sandclaw. We're going to save the other Blazing Tongue because we are going to be refining this one more time when I get to Bag End. Okay, there's that. And we are going to strengthen this. So, I'm going to put the Devilries and the pipes in there. Yeah, I'm going to put the pipes in there. Okay. Not quite where I want to be, but it's going to have to work for now. I definitely need another helmet. I think I might have to split up the cask. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take away from Gimli. It doesn't have the agility, which is something I want to try. I have all these extra helmets. It's a dilemma. For now, I'm going to keep it. Like I said, I'm going into roleplay. It's not going to be a Kraken server like I was just in. So let me test it out and see if the initiative will help him act first or get targeted less by stun and madness. See what happens with that. Like I said, Gimli is up to 212. I'm happy with that. I even took a star away from his Palantir. I have Gandalf and some pretty good tanking gear. 500 command, which is high for me, for my account. Quite a bit of unit defense. Let's see, 30, 40, 64, 92 unit defense. Plus the divide and conquer. Oh, plus 5. An extra 97 unit defense. That's not bad. Wow. Let's see. 18 to 24, 11 to 24. Dain's got 2 extra high-end damage than Gimli. 38 to 53, 34 to 55. Okay, that's going to do for now. We'll see how it plays out during the season, and Boromir will be in just purple gear. So that's that. Oh, I do have. Let's see. I do have one. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 extra helmets. So 12, I could make his 5 stars. I could make his 4 stars and have a couple left over still. I need just one more helmet and I could make one of them 5 stars. Make this one 5 stars, make this one 4 stars. Or vice versa. Just make the Gandalf 5 stars. That's good to know. So, that's my gear. It was easy enough. So, remember when you're doing damage dealers, you try to get above 200. That's the price point you're looking at, is 200 attack. A little bit more when you're playing against a lot of evil Saurons because they're going to debuff you. So, those are things to think about. I'm trying Gandalf the Grey as my tank, Boromir as my support. I can have less gear on him because of his skills. I have Warden that's going to be doing for evade. I have a personal defense one here that stacks. I mean, for every 100, he's at 300 and something. So he would get an extra, say, 3.4, 3.5. At 5 points, that would be 7 extra defense per round, and it stacks up to 8 times because I only have 5 points in it. So right there's an extra 56. The Horn of Gondor, attack of 3 allied formations, which is going to help Dain get up a little bit higher on the rounds this fires off. He's getting an extra 9, say 10. So he would get an extra 28 attack on those rounds. Okay. 372 command, yeah. I'm okay with that. And then Dain. And I can always switch my second damage dealer around. I can always put, nope, not Shadow. But I can try a couple other different ones throughout the season. Because it's not really necessarily good to be running 2 dwarves with the Durin's blood. But it's either going to work good or it's not going to work at all. So, as always, make the most out of what you got.